I've got my cup of coffee. Let's begin. Stella! Stella! Today, let's draw Stella of the Tunneler tribe. Heylo, Noblewreck here, and today we're going to draw Stella of the Tunneler tribe. But first, an update. I saw this adorable drawing online and I wanted to sculpt it. And it's coming along pretty well, almost there. And like anything else, it has its hitches. But anyway, it's coming along, and don't worry, her hair, this is where I've gotten to so far, and it's going to be better than that. It's just a start. Alright, let's draw Stella of the Tunneler tribe. This is an original creation by my niece. She's writing a story, she described her characters and has had me draw them for her. This is 3 of 4, number 3 of 4 drawings and 4 videos. One more to go, and I should probably be getting back to my original creation, which is the webtoon of Chocolatey Locket's story, The Lovely Grounded Fairies. Alright, speaking of updates, I've updated my Clip Studio. This is the same program as before that I've been drawing with in other videos. This one is an updated version of Clip Studio Paint. I dragged my feet about updating it, but here it is. It's a different layout. I'm not sure if I like those icons or not. They're very Windows 10-esque, the basic kind of icons. I guess they work. I ran into a glitch. One of the reasons why I've upgraded the program is I ran into this glitch where Clip Studio Paint has many a wonderful function, but it has one glitch that I've noticed, and it is whenever I draw with the ink pen and then go to the eraser pen, and sometimes when I go back to the ink pen, that ink pen will act like the eraser pen. Do not know what causes that. Restarting the program, saving of course, and then restarting seems to fix that. But that's the only glitch I've seen in this program. This program, not CorelDRAW, Clip Studio Paint. CorelDRAW was my old program back in the day when I was professionally an artist. But Clip Studio Paint is the drawing program I use today, and it is an awesome program. It was designed originally for, as I see it, or as I understand it, it was originally designed for doing manga artwork, or comic books. And it's grown much since then, I think. It's got a lot of neat features for the two-dimensional artist, 2D drawing artist. Now, I'm also trying something new here. In the previous videos, I've been drawing with a raster layer. Now, I'm not going to get into detail about the difference between raster and vector. There's two different kind of digital art. What I'm trying to do today is work with, more currently, I'm trying to draw with vector lines. And vector lines have a lot of editability, let's put it that way. There's a lot of tools in Clip Studio Paint that allows you to edit those vector lines, make them very flexible for the artist to use. I don't think there's any other program other than Clip Studio Paint that does that. That creates a raster-like line it's actually a vector line, but it acts like a raster line. Now, raster art is made up of pixels, and as you may recall in previous videos, I said you should make sure that your lines are not alleaved. When you go to look to the left, very middle section there, there's 4. Whenever you get the pen tool up, there are 4 circles there, and you want to do the first circle, which is anti-alleaved. You do not want any alleaving whenever you're going to color your art. You may also recall me saying that you should not rotate a raster line, because that will blur the edges and you'll get some gray pixels there. You want all your pixels to be 100% dark. Well, vector lines changes this a bit. Vector lines in Clip Studio Paint allows you to create these raster-like lines that you can edit without them changing their aliasing. They stay 100% dark pixels. And that's what you want if you're going to color the artwork later. I'm going to zoom in soon here, and you'll see the pixels that the lines are made up of, or rather you'll see the edge of the lines, how they are sort of what I call zigzaggy, because that's the effect of the pixels that make up the line. And you want those pixels, every single one of them, to be 100% dark. And you get that by clicking on that first circle over to the left in the middle of the dialog box. Whenever you have the pen tool selected, make sure that you have that first circle selected, which is anti-aliased, or anti-aliasing for your pen stroke. I mentioned the lovely grounded fairies. It's on hiatus at the moment. I guess as soon as I get done with my niece's next drawing, next character, and I'll have a video for that, more than likely. And as soon as I get done with the Dryad, which is the sketch I was just talking about previously at the beginning of the video. And by the way, if you find out who that artist is, let me know. I see a lot of art online, really cool artwork. They've been circulating for years online, and yet there's no indication of who the artist ever was. And that kind of bugs me. I like to know who they were so I can look at some more of their art. And if you're interested, I'll show you, mention it in the description, and I'll show you some of these artworks that I'm talking about that I'd like to know the artist too. Who the artist is. Okay, I'm going to marquee select the eye here, and I'm going to do what I told you not to do in a previous video. But I'm able to do it here because I'm doing it with a vector layer. I'm doing my line work on a vector layer, which creates the lines differently. And when you rotate a vector line in Clip Studio Paint on a vector layer, it does not mess up the aliasing of the line. So I was able to rotate the eye there to make it look correct, and yet not distorted at the same time. Not distort the lines that make up that eye at the same time. Now, you may have noticed I'm flipping the drawing back and forth. That's a technique of artists. You look in a mirror, and with Clip Studio Paint, you don't need a mirror, you just flip it. Just click the flip button, which is over there on the right, upper right, underneath the little picture of the drawing, a teeny tiny picture of the drawing. Underneath it is a button that will allow you to flip the drawing, and if you look at it from a different angle or look at it when it's flipped, you'll see things that you don't see when you're looking at it the normal way. It's interesting how that does it. Your eye gets tuned to looking at it a certain way, and you don't see these things. When you flip it, it just sticks up. It shows like a sore thumb, as the saying goes. Now I just redrew those shadow lines on her shirt there. The reason why I redrew them is because I realized I was pressing P twice and got the pencil tool. I will show you later where I think that got past me as I was drawing this on her legs. There's pencil lines on her legs I didn't notice. If you press P, you get the pen tool. If you press it again, you get the pencil tool. Also there, I just did a marquee select. Marquee selecting is probably one of the faster ways to get rid of, erase something. So you just got a big area you want to get rid of, marquee select it, hit delete, it's gone. Instant erase. The erase tool in Clip Studio Paint is, with vector lines, is got an extra neatness to it. What I mean is, you know, when you erase with a regular eraser, you have to go all the way across the whole line to erase it. Not necessarily with, you can do that with the vector layer, but you can also just stroke across it if the setting's right, and the setting can be changed over to the dialog box on the right, on the left there. If you get the settings right, you can erase a line with one stroke across it. That will make it erase all the way back down to where it crosses another line, or it intersects another line. And that's handy, and it's a quick way to erase. I like that. Here I'm using that effect right now to erase the edges of these lines that have crossed over that line. And here I'm resizing with a vector again. Resizing is handy to be done on a vector layer because, like I said, it does not create any aliasing whatsoever. It kind of basically redraws the line as a fresh new raster line. These vector lines, from what it appears, and you can see the pixelation there, from what it appears, these raster lines, these vector lines are mimicking raster lines. So whenever you alter them with the neat tools, whenever you're altering the vector lines, they will redraw themselves as a fresh, clean raster line. That's what appears. A line made up of pixels, with each one of those pixels being 100% dark, so that you can color it later. Or so that you can color the drawing later, not the line. And you can also easily change the color of the line. Go online, look at some videos. I've looked at a couple, and they'll show you the neat things that this program can do with the vector lines, with a vector layer. It makes editing your art easy in a lot of ways. Like I said, you can even change the color of your lines in one fell swoop. Gotta select them all and then just click on the color you want. It's really neat like that. The line here of the bob, the plumb bob, is a bit thick. I'll fix that later, and you won't see me do that here. But you do that with a neat little tool as well for the vector layer. Just go across that line with that tool, and you will thin the line gradually with each stroke. And you can see the leg there looks like it's made of the pencil line. It's got a little grayness to it there. I think I missed that. Didn't realize I was drawing with a pencil tool. I was thinking I was drawing with a pen tool. Now when you draw, the thick and thin lines that change or vary its width are very organic. I think it's very easy on the eyes. I'm always on one. It looks good, and it's pleasant. It's a pleasant line, and I like to draw that way. Calvin and Hobbes, artist, used to do. I'm sure he used to do draw his with a brush, ink his artwork in with a brush. I like that kind of line. It's very nice on the eyes. And I think one key to drawing the thick and thin, where to put the thinness and where to put the thickness. The thinness is where there will be a bend in the arms, for example. But more likely, a better rule of thumb, I think, is that the thin lines will be where the light is hitting the object, your subject that you're drawing, and the thick lines will be where the shadow would be on the object. Also to the right there, I should name my layers better. What is called backdrop is actually my sketch. I'm going to close that down so I can have a finished product. In other words, I'm going to close the eye on that layer. Get rid of the sketch. Get rid of it from view. I had to draw an extra one there. It looked like it needed a little extra stitching there. Alright. Stella of the Tunnel Tribe. In a post-apocalyptic story that is in the head of my niece right now. I don't think she's written it down yet. I hope you enjoy this. Hope maybe I give you a tip or two. I need to improve on my cross-hatching. I'm learning how to do that. And there she is, Stella of the Tunneler Tribe. Thanks for watching. Stella! Stella! I think that was a Stallone movie, wasn't it? Anyway,